Hello, we back. This is a little bit of a different video from me. This is a post commentary because I just wanted to talk about some things that I've been thinking about with this game recently. Um, Real quick, we'll just go through it. I'm playing Celeste in this one. This game happened a couple days ago. I was just chilling with some friends, so it's nothing too serious, just me kind of messing around. I have been picking her up a bit more recently because I think she's just in like kind of the higher tier of characters, and we're going to talk about that a little bit. And this one's going to be talking about game balancing, pretty much, and just the overall what I think about game balance at the moment with this game. Right now, it just kind of feels like it's pretty awful. Like, not like so bad where it's like unplayable or there's one character that's just a super big issue, but there's just like a group of characters that are just a bit stronger than the rest, and pretty significantly, I would say. And it's not even like just there's like probably like 12 characters that are really strong and just stronger than the rest of the cast. And then within that, those like 10-12 characters, there's like 3 or 4 outliers that are just super broken. And one of those characters is Mina. So we're going to talk about Mina a little bit here. I hate Mina. I literally, if you are not banning Mina every game or Doorman, who are we banning? Like, this character is so broken. When she came out, she was strong when she came out, and people were just bad at her because she's so squishy that she does take a little bit of positioning. You have to position correctly or you will be punished. Somewhat. Late game, not necessarily. Once you get Dispel Magic, you can kind of just walk wherever you want. But this character was strong when she came out, and people were just not good at her, so she got buffed. She got buffed when she didn't need it, and since then she has just been completely broken, and I just cannot stand this character. Let's talk about this character's kit. Okay, this character has her one is a cone AoE in front of her that sustains her, so she can just stay on the map forever with it. She just heals and just stays on the map forever. She does not have to back. Not only it does great damage too. Her bats, 2 invulnerabilities that fly away. And then this patch, they buffed it so late game she gets a 3rd one after she upgrades it enough. Why is 3 invulns okay? That is insane. And then her passive, where she just true damage bursts you. It's true damage, and she just bursts you just by shooting you. And her ultimate is just the most infuriating. It got nerfed. 6% damage reduction or something on it last patch, and it is still just completely busted. It doesn't matter who you are, how tanky you are gonna get one shot by it. It's a little nice that reactive now procs off of it because it does silence you, because for some reason it silences you. If she just beams you with it, not only are you dead, but you never had a chance to play the game because you were just silenced that entirety of the time. It is, what are we doing? That character is always broken. Like, at what point are we going to get actual nerfs to that character? It is insane how often. And the draft system just doesn't work. I have her, my friend has her banned every game, and she still gets through every single game because everybody wants to play her. I just don't understand. We do need an actual draft. So, and of course there's a Mina in this game, because if you're not picking one of these like 12 characters, that are really strong, and I'm only going to talk about like the top 3 or 4 maybe, you are just nerfing yourself completely. That's why I'm playing Celeste recently, because I don't want to play like I think this character's fun, but I don't she's not like my favorite. It's not like she's what am I trying to say here? She's fun, but in order to be good with her, or like master her, I think you have to master the movement. And I just don't want to do that. I don't want to. I'm never going to be one to do the 80 strafing and the bunny hop, the short hops or whatever they're called. It's just not. I don't care. I look at that. I'll eat that. Eat that shit. I just did that for fun. I don't think I had a good ult this game at all. I think most of my ults were trash, but I don't think it mattered because I still kind of popped off because this character does great gun damage for some reason. Who knew? Who? Why do we need good gun damage on the spirit nuker? I don't know. So yeah, that's Mina. Not a big fan of Mina. Hopefully one day she gets nerfed, or you know, I hope she still gets nerfed, but a draft would be great. It would go a long ways to fixing some of these issues where I can actually just pick a ban. I really hope that the draft system, if it / when it does come out, is kind of similar to League of Legends, where, I mean, I don't know if we have enough characters to where 12 bans is necessary, but I would love to be able to have some agency on what actually gets banned. So the next character I want to talk about is a fan favorite, just like Mina has, and is also in this game. The Lash. I feel like this character, only recently has people been talking about this character being strong, but this character for several patches now has just been absolutely just broken, and people love this character, so they ignore it, I think, and that's fine. Conceptually I like this character too. I think he's cool. I think he's fun. His characterization of the game is really cool, and his kid is really cool, but I feel like his identity is shifting a little bit, and not in a healthy way. So normally, when I started playing the game, his gun was kind of cosmetic. It was just something you did in between your cooldowns. But now, they just kept buffing his gun because they kept nerfing other parts of his kit, I guess. And their way to compensate with that was to just keep buffing his gun. But now, his gun is... He's mainly an M1 character now. His best build is just build hit your 4.8k spike on Spirit, and then just build gun. Get your siphon bullets, and just become a tanky character for no reason. From minute 0, this character, just like Mina, this is the issue with a lot of these characters. From minute 0 to minute 60 to the end of the game, these characters are good and strong, and I don't think that's particularly healthy. I think you need characters that have their strong points in game and their weak points. And I think Mina, Lash, they just don't have any weak points. Because in the early game of Lash, you get headshot booster, and now all of a sudden you're poking really hard with your gun and your flog, and you're just doing a ton of damage, and so not only doing a ton of damage, but you're sustaining. So this character Lash, he has great poke in lane. He has great sustain. He has great burst, because his ground strike, if he's on a rooftop, he will still hit ground strike you for like 500 damage. great poke, great burst, great utility because his ultimate is still really strong ultimate if you can get a good position on. Even if you can't, if you're just ulting one guy early game, that is huge. You're instantly killing him because he doesn't have counterspell. He has no way of fighting back against it in the early game. So if you're just going for solo ults or two-mans into your team, like if you were just going to rotate lanes and ult somebody, it's incredibly strong. And on top of having good utility, and late game, before I go to the next thing, even if people have counterspell, it doesn't matter. You're still wasting resources on your ultimate, sure, but I don't think it's a particularly long cooldown. I don't really play Lash too often, but it's not a particularly long cooldown as far as I know. So it doesn't really matter if one fight you don't get a ton of people because they might have counterspell, but also you can just buy refresher too, and you use it incredibly well. So not only does he have good burst, good poke, good sustain with flog just you're gonna heal. You also have great sorry, I was getting distracted by the fight there. I was distracted by the ultimate. You have great movement, obviously, because Lash to me he's a movement character, and I think that's supposed to be his core identity, which is fine. I don't mind this, but he has infinite movement along with all these things. Along with everything, he has great movement, infinite movement, really, because his 2 gives him a stamina bar back, and it's a grapple away. So you're grappling away, and then you get your stamina back. And on top of that, you get recharging rush on the character. So he is getting his charges back for those grapples. So he's just getting free grapples and free stamina. So he just will never stop moving. And then some Lashes still build Resto Locket for your stamina to be replenished even more. Plus stamina mastery and all that. He just has so much in his kit. So much. It's too much. These characters are so over-kitted at this point. It's really, really just mind-boggling that they're not, that it's allowed, you know? At some point, it's just too much. I come from League of Legends. I mean, I come from every game. I've played everything. I've played, well, most things. I have tons of time in League. I have a good amount of time in Overwatch. I have a decent amount of time in Marvel Rivals. But in League, they, excuse me, I'm gonna take a drink real quick. Excuse me. In League, some of the developers, they've talked about their balancing philosophy, and I know they're different games, different developers, and different philosophies, obviously. But in League, they talk about a power budget, basically, for each characters, and you don't want to exceed the power budget of, you know, whatever. And kind of an example of this is Dynamo. His ultimate takes up a lot of his power budget, and that's why it's such a long cooldown. And that, well, I say that, but maybe power budget doesn't exist in this game, because Dynamo is one of these characters, one of these 12 characters that are just so strong. You know what I mean? He has so much. He has a ton of it in his kit. Me too, Lash. Me too. I hate Mina, but Dynamo does have a lot in his kit too. Again, headshot. Maybe headshot boost is just broken. Maybe that item is just broken at 800, because he gets headshot booster. He has great poke with his gun in lane. He has, and then he with his kinetic thing, whatever, his 1. Also great damage that scales well into the late game, although it keeps getting nerfed, so maybe it's not as good anymore, but it still does a lot of damage. And then he has great movement with his 2, which is great utility, and his ultimate is really, really strong. No matter what, it's always going to be a great ultimate. And he has healing in his kit too. So maybe the power budget just isn't a thing in this game, because this character, who should be balanced around his ultimate, just has so much in his kit and is really, really strong. I don't think Dynamo's on the level of, say, a Mina or a Lash or Doorman, who I'm going to talk about in a second too, but he's really, really strong. I remember, I think this is where I escape. Look at me, I'm just chunking this guy. Look at my gun. Oh my. Why is this character with this movement allowed to do this much damage with a gun? I know, it's crazy. Look at that. Look at that. Mostly gun damage. And I just think, like, I feel like not every character should be able to just build hybrid. Like, I mean, the thing with Celeste, and not every character can build hybrid. Like, Apollo you can, but it's kind of, I don't know if it's really worth it. His gun isn't bad, but you might just be wasting your souls not going to Spirit. But yeah, maybe Dynamo should have a channel or something to start. Like, if you're gonna keep him this strong in this level, where all of his kit is just really strong, maybe we look to, not gut it, obviously, because it's kind of his identity, but maybe make it a channel, so you can warp stone out of it or something. Just add a little bit of counterplay, but a little bit more counterplay to it. I know you can just silence wave him, and then he's just kind of looking stupid, but sometimes he warp stones from the sky or something. Next, we'll talk about. So yeah, that's Lash. He just has everything, and it's really, really. There's just too many characters that have everything right now, and I just don't think it's healthy. You know what I mean? Especially when there are other characters who clearly don't have everything, and they just kind of, like, Graves and Holiday are super weak characters right now, and are they? Can you play them? Yeah. Are they anywhere near Mina, Lash, Doorman? No. Not even close. Are they near anywhere? The 12 characters in this game, are they near any of these characters? Absolutely not. And and like Abrams, Hayes, I guess those are the only 2 I would say aren't, like, I mean, maybe Page too. I don't really know where I rate Page. I'd have to think about that. But definitely Abrams and Hayes. I don't think they're in those top 10 to 12 characters right now. Or Billy too, yeah. I think Billy kind of sucks. So yeah, that's Lash. It's also Dynamo, I guess. Doorman is a disgustingly broken champion, just like the other 2. Again, just too much in his kit. He has great damage, great poke with his bells. If you build gun, his gun's gonna do decent damage for some reason. Like, it's okay. I feel like it's fine to make guns cosmetic a little bit. Like, if they are just for confirming souls, I think that's okay, Yoshi. I think we can allow that for these spirit nukers. We can have the gun characters, we can have some hybrid characters, and we can have guys who just don't do gun damage. I think that's perfectly acceptable. So yeah, his gun does decent if you build into it. His bells are nuclear bombs for some reason right now. They were not good before, but we buffed them, and they're just, you can, I would, like, it's unfathomable. I had a Doorman earlier who, it was it wasn't his, like, he wasn't a doorman main or anything. He was just a guy on doorman. He didn't have great doors or anything. But look at that, 1300 bag. I just murdered that guy. By the way, I'm gonna interrupt myself for this part because this was kind of a cool moment in this game. Ult the minions because I know it'll bounce, and I'm just trying to get away at this point. I don't want to really fight. I'm just looking to escape because I got that huge bag from the debuff. So luckily he missed that. And then I do a little trick here. Wait, oh, hide right here. See ya. And I'm out because this character just. Luckily I didn't get shot there. But yeah. So that was funny. I was laughing about that one. But yeah, so like I said, I had a doorman who wasn't a doorman main, clearly, but he still did 72k, and we got stomped. We got stomped that game, but he still did 72k. It's crazy. So yeah, his gun does decent damage. His doors are obviously really strong. A portal? Are you kidding me? And with expansion, they just go the length of the map, pretty much. And it gives a shield, so he has good team utility too. You can just put a short range one. It's crazy. And then his cart is great CC, and then not to mention his ultimate is crazy. His ultimate is so good. Even if they escape, you're still taking a person out of a fight and setting them up and letting the team like collapse on them. Insane. So yeah, it's just so much. We need to kill Doorman. We need to get rid of him. Plus it gives him unstoppable, and if they don't make it through, it's on a 13-second cooldown. It was 10-second, but Yoshi said no, we can't. People are complaining we can't do the 10-second cooldown on his ult if they don't escape. We have to do a 13-second, and you can make it so they can't escape pretty much if you hit them with slowing hex or knockdown or whatever. I mean, if a Holiday hits you with the lasso at the same time you get doorman ulted, you're gonna get lassoed in the doorman ult, and you can't move. And I know some of that's gonna get worked out. It's just alpha, whatever, alpha game, whatever. But yeah, let's go to my friend the Abrams while I'm dead. But yeah, it's just the character is so much in this kit. All these characters. We need to address that, and not every character needs to be a hybrid character. We can just have characters that do spear, we can have characters that only do gun, we can have all these things. Yeah, that's my rant on these 3 characters. 4, because I brought Dynamo in it. We'll talk about Apollo too. Because he's in front of me and I'm mad at him. I hate that character. I'm alive. We're going to go back to me. Apollo does like 200 damage to you with his 1 minute 0 into the game. Why? Who knows? But I can live with that. Honestly, I can live with that. Let's talk about his riposte. Why can he parry everything? I'm fine if he can parry the stomp of walkers. I'm fine if he can parry abilities. Like, I don't think he should be able to parry auras like Victor's aura. And oh my, I just remembered Victor. Victor. Do I need to continue about the aura or the? Just make it so he can't riposte auras and he can't riposte bullets. We're good, okay? Thank you, Yoshi. we're gonna talk about Victor for the last little bit of this game. This game I don't think goes on too much longer. I think another 5 minutes or so. But Victor has a build right now where it's primarily gun, or it's all gun, like, and it is so strong. They buffed his gun. His gun damage is absolutely insane if you build all gun. And not only are you building all gun on him, but you're playing PvE. If you know Inting Scion from League of Legends, the Baus streamer, and how he plays the game, that is essentially what you're doing with this character. You are ignoring every fight. Look, what is this gun damage I'm doing? I'm supposed to be a spirit nuker. Yoshi. But yeah, this Victor thing, you just ignore, and you just run it down a lane, hit the objective, take the objective, and it doesn't matter if you die. It doesn't, because you respawn. You use your ultimate. It doesn't. You're just gonna take the objective, and there's nothing anybody could do about it because of how strong his gun is now, combined with already his good spirit damage and his aura that is just constantly up. So it's degenerate, that playstyle. It's funny. I don't, honestly, if it's spirit and it's doing, I don't mind it. I really don't. But it just doesn't feel right that this character that was designed clearly to be a spirit hero is also one of the best gun heroes in the game now. You know what I mean? I don't know. I mean, and I'm complaining, but I love this game. I play it every day, pretty much. It's my favorite game. And you know, people get tired of balance talks too. I get it. I like it. It's like interesting to me. It's very interesting to me to figure out like how to balance and how to tweak characters. Like with Lash, I would just gut his gun damage so he doesn't do that. I would also make him I would make him a lot squishier, because I don't think this character with insane movement and you can buff his spirit. Gut his gun, buff his spirit. I don't care. Give him some damage back. But with so much in his kit, should be as tanky as he is either. I hate the Lash. Okay, I'll admit it. I'll be the first one to admit it. I hate him. I think he's annoying. But if he was just a movement character that also had great burst, a decent ultimate, I think that's fine. But a character that is super tanky,
the righteous have nothing to fear from me.
Great gun, everything. Come on now. I don't agree with that. Do you agree with that? I don't agree with that. Yeah. So those are the only like top 3 characters really.
The spirit urn is waiting.
There's more. Bebop's really strong right now. Why does he heal so much from his uppercut? What is it, like 20% he heals? Crazy. Look at that. If he had a channel, I could have reacted to that. That had counterspell. I didn't react to it, but I counterspelled that one. And he gave up. But yeah, I mean, Silver's still really strong. Like I said, it was just the top 3 like biggest outliers I wanted to talk about. Like I said, there's like 12 characters that are all really strong, but I don't know. It feels like some of this like more than half the cast right now just can't compete. If you're playing one of those lower tier characters, you're just kind of nerfing. Like, it is like there's S tier characters, there's like S minus tier characters, and then there's like a huge gap, and you got like B tier characters. That's like the best way I can describe it, I think. But yeah, this one's over now. I appreciate you listening. Thank you, and hopefully the next video will be a little bit sooner than the gap between the last two. All right, bye bye.